Before we get going into the video, my name is Brando. For the new viewers, I'm the founder of Brandlux Media. We are an e-commerce growth agency. We've been able and so fortunate to work with 100 plus partners. And so the reason I started this channel is to document every framework that I know is proven to work and that actually work, so that you can get some value from it and, hopefully make your business a success. With no further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. In today's video, I'm going to bring you through a case study of one of our clients where we helped them go from $98,000 a month, I think. Yeah, $98,000 a month in September. They were averaging that also in the previous months as well, and now we scaled them all the way up to $490,000, almost 500k a month. Okay, now it was Q4 of course, but we did not at all expect this scale, like a 5x. Typically, like traditionally when you scale, and of course it depends from season to season, or industry to industry, maybe you double your sales in Black Friday or whatever in November, but we were able to like 5x and scale very, very, very aggressively. Now, I want to do this case study, of course, to share whatever we've achieved and whatever, but I mostly want to do it so that you understand the creative infrastructure of scaling a company in the first place. The other thing that I'm going to talk about is actually, let me just refresh so you know this is real for the new viewers, is talk about how we are going to bring this company to $1 million a month like we are doing, or like this other client is achieving, achieved. So this is another client in the last 30 days, $1 million a month. And so I want my other client to get to the $1 million per month mark, and I'm going to bring you through the exact step-by-step process of how I envision that in my mind. And for the new viewers, if you are a new viewer, my name is Brando. I'm the founder of Brandlux Media. We've been able to work with 100 plus e-commerce brands in the last 6 to 7 years, and so I've learned a lot. I've seen businesses go up, go down, scale, not scale. Honestly, sometimes even fail, and learn the exact reasons of why these things happen and why some succeed and some don't. And so the least that I can do is document everything in my YouTube channel over here and share with you all of my learnings. Now, with no further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, what I want to do over here before we get into anything else is actually give you a quick timeline. Let me just move myself on the bottom left. A quick kind of expectation for this video. So I want to share all of my strategies, but in some scenarios I'm like, I don't want everybody to know that we are doing these things, because because then, just like anything else, just like any marketing strategy, kind of gets saturated and everybody starts doing it. But so I hope that you stick until the end, and if you want to share it with other people, go ahead and share it, but it's up to you. But we're gonna do 3 things. Number 1 is the 3 main creative scaling strategies that we're using, where we're also leveraging AI. Okay, this is a banger. That's why I actually did a similar thing, video about it yesterday, but I put this section in like minute 23 of like 40. It was like a 40-minute video. I put it in the middle, so most people didn't even see it, because most people don't watch the entire video, right? And so I'm going to talk about this at the beginning of the video, just so you really understand concretely why, like how companies are able to scale and launch like 50 ads a week, right? And so the next thing, I'm going to show you the plan of how to hit 8 figures with this client. What is the plan? What is the framework going to be like? And this is just how we produce unlimited creatives at scale. This is just a duplicate, honestly. I'm not sure why it's there. So we're going to talk about these 2 things. I'm also going to probably share like tools here and there. I have a lot of tools and softwares that we use that help us along the way. So make sure to stick until the end. Now let's talk about these 3 things mainly. But before we talk about the creative strategy, I want to address one question that is always asked me. How do you even come up with creative strategies left and right? How, like, do you just wake up in the morning and think of an amazing strategy and try it and attempt it with your clients? That's absolutely incorrect. We make decisions based on data. So let's just say I like to use this tool called Archer, where we're able to funnel hack all of the best companies in the world. So you go on Archer, you log in, you filter by skincare or beauty or whatever industry you're in, to try to find direct competitors. It's important to find direct competitors, or else this is just, it's not, maybe you can maybe find inspiration from other companies, but it's not going to work. Okay, so let's just say you're doing skincare, then you can take a look at all of these amazing skincare companies. I just stumbled across Cure Skincare. I know that they're doing like $1 million plus a month, $2 million a month. And so the least that I can do is click on what they're doing, right? And so I filter by longest running ads, I filter by active ads, and this is how we come up with strategies. We study their scripts, we study what type of creative concepts they're launching. Is it an ASMR video? Is it a B-roll video? Is it just a raw UGC video? What scripts they're using? You can actually go in here as well and transcribe the entire video. So this is obviously a winning script.
This is Kia's micro.
It's a winning script. It's running for 39 days. It means that it's profitable, or else they would have already, turned the ad off most likely. And so, you can transcribe over here, and you can then create similar scripts. You can use AI. I'm going to show you in just a second. I don't want to dive too much deeper, but the question that I wanted to address is like, how do you actually come up with these concepts? You study the competition, and by the way, like this has a great breakdown by hooks, ad copies, headlines, landing pages, where is the traffic being redirected to. Like, this is an amazing tool. Okay, so use it, take advantage of it. So this is how we come up with ideas. Now, what are there's three main, as you see here, three main creative scaling strategies that we use. Let's talk about number one. The first one is Untapped, which is an AI UGC avatar creator. And so we basically choose a creator, and a lot of people think that you need to pay for this. I mean, it is also not really expensive, maybe $20 a video, $10-$20 a video. Instead of paying a traditional UGC actor like $200 or $300, you can just use an AI or a software, and I'll share with you what we use, which is absolutely free. You don't have to pay for anything, and then you can just add scripts to it, and then you'll have the same avatar customer, literally say 3 different scripts, and then I'll show you how we can leverage this type of content to scale even more. Okay, really good idea. Now let me share with you how this works before I move on, and then I'll dive into the other strategies. Now let me just hop on over here. There's this tool called Symphony Creative Studio. Okay, I'll show you in just a second. I'll share with you in just a second now how this sounds, so you understand how it is, and then I'll share with you how you can find this tool. But let me just show you a demo first.
This is why Gen Z is ditching foundation. After I started working from home, I stopped wearing heavy makeup every day and switched to Dermatology's tinted moisturizer. It's a moisturizer, sheer coverage, and sunscreen all in one. I love how it blurs my pores and gives me that sun-kissed glow without feeling heavy.
So this is really realistic, okay? And by the way, it took me like 2 minutes to do. And what is the strategy that we use here? This is the script that you can write. So you can go in here. I'll share with you how you can find this in just a second, but you can go into this Symphony Creative Studio, I think it's called, in TikTok ads. So you have to go and if you don't have a TikTok ad account for advertising, just open it up, and you can literally take advantage of this tool immediately. It should be available to you as well, for everyone. And so you can use this tool, you can tell it, give it a script, choose the avatar, give it a script, and there's people across all ages, genders, whatever, ethnicities, and you can just give it a script. The reason why it sounds very human is because we add like capital letters, periods when it's the right time, ellipsis, where's the ellipse? I forgot where it is. Here, ellipse, right? This gives you a pause. Once again, capital letters, and we really give the punctuation, a realistic vibe to it, because then the AI is just going to sound like a robot. And so AI will also read the punctuation, and so we have a script for that over here, and this is the script that we're using. So we take a look, going back to the strategy where we basically funnel hack our best direct competitors. We go over here in overview, we take a look at we filter by longest running ads, so we know the successful ones, as I told you before, active, and then we click on the ad that was running well and it's working well for them. We transcribe the script, as I told you, we copy the script, we put it over here into the script over here, we literally replace it. I'm just gonna replace the script, let's just say it's this is the script that we just selected, and then I rewrite the above script and make sure the script includes capital letters for emphasis on important words, proper punctuation to guide tonality, pauses, excitement, urgency, conversational language to sound natural, exclamation points, ellipses, dashes, you get the point, to create rhythm, clear flow so an AI avatar can read it with the correct expressions, right? And then write it in paragraph form, just the actual script. And then you can just send, and it will literally create, as you guys know, a script. Now, take this as an advantage because it's fast, but then perfect it, because you'll notice that this is maybe not 100% accurate. So what I had to do over here is that I copied this over here, and I went to this tool, I copied and pasted, and then I noticed that this sentence wasn't really, instead of like an ellipse, there was like an exclamation point, and so it sounded a bit weird. And so you kind of like, it probably takes you an extra 5 minutes to perfect, maybe 10, right? But in 10 minutes, right? In 20 minutes, 10 minutes, you can do AI videos for free, and you can leverage these AI avatar videos in many different ways, shapes, and forms. And I'll share with you, as I said before, how we do it within our company and how we're starting to do it with this client. And so, by the way, these strategies that I'm sharing or what we're starting to do, or what we've done with this client to get them to that point. But we actually never even tested this AI UGC approach. We're really getting into this a lot, moving forwards into 2025, because it wasn't amazing. It wasn't an amazing tool, but now it's getting really perfected. I've noticed that every 3 months, stuff changes and it really improves. Sorry, 1 sec. And so let's move on. This, I'll share with you how we can leverage this at its full potential. The next thing that we really did, and we also obviously did this with this client and it helped a lot, is unlimited B-rolls and footage. So instead of asking for a creator for one video, we asked them for B-rolls and pieces of footage. And once we have all of these pieces of footage, we put them together and we create unlimited videos. Once again, I'm going to share with you how you can leverage this. I have, like, as you can see here, I have a lot of different structures to show you, a lot of stuff to talk about. So stick until the end. I promise you it's going to be a valuable video. So boom, let's talk about this over here. How do we get this? How do we perfect this process? So let me show a couple of useful resources here that we use. So the first thing that you need is you need to go in here and study your competition and understand what frames and B-rolls they're using. So let's take a look at this video.
Treatments that work. Regularly asked if home treatments are worth it, and yes, some definitely are. This is Cure's microinfusion.
So whatever. So B-rolls of showing the product, right? B-rolls of doing an up-close shot of the product. Then what else do we got? Using the product. This is a B-roll. Takes 10 seconds, right? Doing this, patting it on the face. These are all B-rolls. Showing before and afters at the beginning of the video. Like, all of these are scenes that are 3, 5, 7, 10, 12 seconds long. And so what we do is that we combine, after studying all of our direct competitors, I'm assuming that, you know, take it with a perspective and a grain of salt. I'm showing you this company just as an example. So if I were to sell a similar product, I would go and funnel hack this company. So I understand I have somebody on my team go in here and basically create a script, or sorry, a document with, like, it doesn't have to be 30 pages like we did for this client, but make it like, you know, a dozen pages, 10 pages, 5 pages, whatever you can do, so that you can put all of the frames. They can be screenshots with a small explanation, so that you can then send this to the creator and they know exactly what they need to say. And so we have a template, actually. You know, we have all of these resources in our school community if you're interested, but, you know, we share everything there, all of our agency resources. But this is also a UGC brief that we send them. So we have the product information, the deadline, shipping details, client overview. In this case, it would be your own overview, the brand, website, Instagram, TikTok, demo, right? There's explanations here. You can stop the video and read through this page. Creative package specification, content brief, and then shooting specification. So, like, for example, film and vertical, add 1 to 3 seconds at the beginning and the end of the videos to make it even raw, because we want raw content that is editable. We don't want edited videos. And then, of course, you can stop through the video and read through these. But we give them a framework. These are basically some B-roll shots, for example. And then at times we want them to say the script instead of using AI, okay? And this is a really good component. So what ends up happening is that we have so much content that we can then repurpose in so many different ways. So sometimes you ask yourself, how do these companies launch 50 ads a week, or how do they even scale aggressively in the first place? It's because they're leveraging these tactics, okay? And not a lot of people speaking about the AI agent are actually know how to do this. Let me go back and show you where you can find this. What you can do is go into your TikTok ads business manager. Then you click on these 3 lines, 4 lines, whatever, and then you'll see AI tools. And then you can ping. You have to ping TikTok Symphony so that it shows over here. Then you can click on TikTok Symphony, and then this shows up. And this tool actually allows you to do the avatar customers. It can also generate and remix videos for you, so you can give it the content, give it some explanations, give it the product price, and it will do a video for you. I don't think it's perfect. That's why we only use the avatar videos. It can also generate an avatar for you, so narrate scripts with your own generated avatar. So you can try that as well. Going back to the framework over here, our third and kind of not final, but our top 3 is strategy to like scale with content is using AI voiceover scripts. And so we give it a winning script, and then we generate other similar scripts. And so we use the same exact approach. We go over here into this tool, we funnel hack the company, we try to find winning scripts, transcribe. We can also create similar scripts directly on Acha, but I also like to use AI and do something similar. And so the other maybe the prompt that you can change here is create a similar script. What am I doing here? Whoops. So I would go in here and write create a similar script with 3 different hook variations, talking about the biggest pain point. You would have to put in the pain point, right? So I'm just gonna say biggest pain point because I don't know what they're selling exactly, but I don't want to spend too much time doing that. But you have to write your pain point about the biggest problem that they're facing, right? About the skincare rejuvenation angle or whatever. Rewrite the above script and make it conversational, whatever. And we want it conversational still because we're gonna use other tools like 11 Labs, where you can just go in here in 11labs.io, and you can choose all of your avatars over here, and then you can literally use it. And let me just do it here, see what script we came out. So hook variation 1, hook variation 2, you know, these are all ideas and they don't have to be exactly like that, but it gives you a lot of inspiration, right? Then you can just copy all of this over here, and then it can generate scripts.
Voice generator can deliver high quality.
So this, I don't think this one is good, and so I would go ahead and find somebody else like Lily. Let's see how Lily does.
11 Labs voice generator can deliver high quality human-like speech in 32 languages.
So yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and choose whatever you want. You'll notice that some voices are really, really good and some are really, really bad. And so you'll have to see, and you can also choose the accent, Arab, whatever. You can tell it a story and you know, for a podcast, whatever. You get the point. And so this is you can get very creative. And so let me show you the final result of what happens when you do the combination of voiceovers, when you do a combination of B-rolls, and when you do a combination of also AI avatars, right? This is the end result and what you can reproduce. And this is, by the way, just the tip of the iceberg. And these are strategies that we're implementing for this client as we speak. And you know, they clearly work at scale. This is mostly for scaling your operation. And so you can combine B-rolls with AI scripts. I always speak about this. So you give your B-rolls to an editor, you give the script to the editor, and then they can literally switch the script based on what you give them, and switch the right B-rolls to show the right frames. This is one thing that you can do. You can also use AI creators plus B-rolls. So you have the AI creator speak maybe as the hook, and as it speaks, you basically give the script that it's using, and you put it on the background so that it makes sense with the frame. And then you can have different B-rolls to explain and showcase what problems or solution the script is stating, the AI avatars is stating. One other type of video that you can do here that I really like is that you can actually have, let's just assume that this is this is basically the video. This is like the frame of the video. Forget that it's the AI thing. And you can have you can divide the video into 2 sections. This works very, very well. And so on the bottom you see this with like video games. So they show like people playing a video game here, and then on the top they show something else. So here you can have the AI avatar speaking, and then over here you can basically have the B-rolls, right? And that switch B-rolls. And so you can be very creative to increase the attention span and increase the hook rate and all these things. And this is a very, very popular strategy that works very, very well. So this is one way to do it as well. Let me know if you have any questions about these two. Then you can get very, very, very creative with like winning scripts with B-roll variations. And so you can have the winning script that's working very well. This is a great way to scale horizontally. And you can basically have different B-rolls. So this would be one video with B-roll 5, 7, 1, 2, 8, and then B-roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're different scenes, right? And so maybe one works better than the other, but you're scaling and giving the content more. You're feeding the content more, so you can scale more and spend more. And you also know that this is a winning script. The script is like 60-70% of your success there. right? And then you can do the same thing with like winning scripts plus hook variation. So you can keep the same script over here, you can keep the same exact copy, and then you can have different hooks. And guess what? You don't have to wait perhaps for the creator that's a real person to record you like 10 new hooks. Like, you can do that, of course you can do that. But if you want to test fast and test aggressively, guess what you can do? You can go back over here, you can go to the avatar customers, you can choose whoever you want. Let's just say we want to choose this creator over here. You can also test the voice if you like it or not. Select avatar, and you can test the hooks directly in here. It takes like 5 minutes. You go to scripts, you test hook number 1, hook number 2, hook number 3, and it works. And you can actually have everything into one video. So you have it say like 3 hooks, and then of course you export the video, edit it, and divide it into 3 without having to go hook 1, download, hook 2, download. You know, it's faster, it's a faster way. So you do hook 1 like this, and then hook 2, hook 3, so that it says everything into one video. Hopefully you get the point, but this is really, really powerful. And these are like just some. This is, once again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I can probably do a video that is like 10 hours long on all the creative strategies that we use, but this will get you the ball rolling. This will help you scale horizontally. Super, super important. Now let's talk about promise number 2. But before we talk about, whoops, this one over here. But before we talk about the plan to hit 8 figures, which I have a whole chart about in just a second, I want to also state the importance of tracking your results. If you are not able to track what is working, what is not working, and we have this content tracker, so each test that we put into the ad account is essentially displayed on the sheet so that we can track every single thing that is working, not working, and why. So test number 7 was for product number 4. It was we were targeting this type of avatar. This was the hook, this was the messaging, this was the copy, this is the creative. Now, bear in mind, this is just a demo. If you want this sheet, you can click the link below and download it. I'm giving it away for free. And of course, as you can see, we're tracking so many other things. There's an ROI calculator, very, very helpful. You can just change the numbers and it will change automatically. There's a daily report to track all of your ad numbers, and it's color coded so you can easily see the difference in returns week over week. There's this creative testing tracker, which we use once again to identify trends based on tests. So we then know what we should be focusing on, our next steps, our learnings. And then we can also create graphical representations of what's going on the ad account. And there's also a tool in Archer. If you sign up, it will be done automatically for you. If you see, like, these are just some clients that we're testing this with, and you can just, I'm not going to click on it for privacy reasons, but you can click on your analytics if you sign up with the Archa, and it will give you, with AI, it will study your ad account and say, okay, 50% of your ads are with this, basically what they're doing over here. So you go over here and you have all of this information, but for your own brand, which is super, super valuable, okay? And it will give you a lot more breakdowns by ad spend, by ROAS. It's going to be like directly integrated to your ad account. So tracking your data is absolutely really detrimental for results. If you want the sheet, there's a link down below. And also, just since I'm talking about, you know, our own resources, if you are a brand doing $50,000 to $100,000 a month and you want to book a free audit, you can actually hop on a call with me. Maybe it's going to be with my team member, but most likely it's going to be with myself. I honestly love to do audits, and then at the end of the call, if we can see if there's synergy and there's an opportunity to do business together and partner up as growth partners, we can have that conversation if we have capacity at the agency. But book a call, there's a link down below, okay? This being said, let's talk about the plan to hit 8 figures, okay? The plan to really go and hit the 8-figure mark. Now, I always like to say 6 and 7 figure companies are typically companies that maybe find 1 or 2 products and they scale vertically as much as they can. What we want to do is scale as much horizontally as we can, as much as possible. And so what I'm showing you over here is basically a diagram that allows us to do that. And so we want to find more winning angles, scale more creative concepts. A creative concept is, let me just quickly brief you what is a creative concept. A creative concept is a POV, a before and after, an us versus them, an ASMR video. If you get access to the sheet, once again, you can get all the inspo links, so you know what these concepts are, and you can get inspiration to what tests you can scale. And so another way to scale horizontally that we have in mind with this client is, of course, get the winning angle, and then try to scale with as many creative concepts as possible to find something else that works and give the ad account and feed it even more, right? And then we can do that across multiple, right? Boom, 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 and then we find things that work and we scale them, right? So this is the first framework that we want to do. We want to spend 80% of our time on creative concepts for angles that are winners, and then 20% of our time on completely new angles, just so we keep getting a pipeline of new things that can work. Same thing, we want to test with offers. Buy one, get one free. Buy the bundle, create your own bundle. Buy one, get two for free. Like whatever it is, we want to test also different offers into 2025. This is something that we want to start doing. We've had several conversations with the client and we think that this is a good step. This is a good way to revive the offer and find new winning offers. And so then we would create specific creatives for that specific offer. And then we would essentially scale the ad account horizontally. So once you can scale vertically and you reach the roof and the top, the best thing to do is scale horizontally, and you can do that with, once again, scaling new marketing angles, scaling new offers, and at the same time scaling new product, because you're spreading your risk and you're finding new cash flow opportunities. I always like to state it like that. You need to find new buckets of cash flow, and you can do that not only with offers, not only with creative concepts, not only with marketing angles, but also with launching new products. This is really high leverage. You can tap into new pain points, new markets, right? The other way to scale horizontally is, of course, scaling within other markets, even if they're maybe not scalable. And we've noticed this across like other clients. Just like you can, and like, by the way, before I move into scaling with markets, you have to see each product, each offer, each angle as a bucket, as I said before. So this can bring you 200K a month. This is maybe 100K a month. This other product is 30K a month because it's maybe not scalable, but it's profitable, right? This is another 40K a month, 60K a month. And so you essentially create an operation that has more SKUs, more variations, more products, more pain points, more problems that you're solving in the market, and you can gradually scale. And same thing happens with markets. You'll notice that maybe one market is, just pretend that it says markets here. Market one is like, just say USA, Canada, right? UAE, for example. Let's just say we're testing these three markets. You're gonna see that maybe the US gives you the best result. The Canada is not really scalable, but it's profitable. It's giving you an extra 57K a month, and at a 2.7 ROAS, it's profitable. But when you try to increase that and try to break through it just doesn't work for you because of many reasons that can be possible, like market reasons, market conditions, competition, product perceived, whatever. Like there's so many reasons that something can and cannot scale. So you do what you can and you scale horizontally as much as you can, so that you can you can scale your company. So hopefully this makes sense. I hope this video was also valuable. Let me know if you have any questions about creatives. I did talk about multiple different concepts, specifically about creatives. Leverage AI, guys. Leverage these three things. They will completely change the way that you scale your company, because you're able to scale horizontally, and not a lot of people are doing that, okay? Keep it simple, focus on these three things, take advantage of those three things to then do things like this, right? To get your business to the next level. Let me know if this video was valuable. I always read the comments, I answer the questions as much as I can, and let me also give me other suggestions for new videos. It helps me a lot. Once again, if you're a brand doing 50 to 100K a month and you want a free audit, you can click the link down below and we can hop on a call and go from there. All right, bye. On a side note, before I end it off here, if you actually own an e-commerce business and you want your business and your brand to be audited, we can just hop on a call, hop on a free strategy session with myself or one of my team members, and we can pretty much have a conversation about your roadmap towards next year and how perhaps you can reach your goals. The conversation is very laid back. It's honestly just to understand if there's an opportunity for us to do even business together one day. Okay? With no further ado, thank you once again, and who knows, maybe see you in the next masterclass.